line and it's crossed back above. It's right on it today. Lagging line looks like that's going to be an easy cross. I like the NASDAQ long. I actually like it almost as much as I like the Dow right now. It probably goes pretty easily next week to 4,500. Okay. The Russell. Russell looks okay. It's more sideways than anything, so I would go with the NASDAQ over the Russell at this point. The Russell's just struggling, so I would leave that one alone. Plus, the ADX is dipping slightly below the T-line, so I would leave that one alone. Now, if we look at the bonds, according to the rules, you should not be messing with the bonds because they're going to be non-trendable. It doesn't mean they're not tradable. It just means they're choppy in nature right now because they dropped slightly below the T-line, right? Now, if you hold a gun to my head, which I know some of you will, and you're going, yeah, but you trade bonds really well. Which way? It's short. It's below the turning line. It's probably going to go to 160. I don't like trading it when it's in the cloud. I would prefer to trade the 10-year note right now. It's a little bit cleaner trade, a little bit more pure, but this one looks like it's going to the downside, and I don't usually recommend a breakdown on the 30-year, but it looks like it would work. On the TY, all equity markets, futures, forex markets closed on Friday. The markets are closed. It says banks are open, markets are closed. It does not say which markets, though. So on the 10-year here, we are below the cloud. That is an aggressive short. We are also below the turning line. The ADX line is below the T line at 20. It's slightly below. It's not terrible, but it's below the cloud, which means it'll probably drop to about 127. If this one drops, the 30-year will also drop. So I think you could be in either, but it looks like the 10-year is just a little bit more, got a little bit more juice in the battery right now. Hey, Chris, I don't know which ones are closed and which ones are open. It just says markets are closed. I don't know which ones. If somebody wants to grab something real quick for us. All right, the crude oil. Crude oil, I like the trade, even though it's not a perfect trade. It's a bottom fishing trade. Low, high, low, higher highs and higher lows. You finally got through the cloud. Lagging line's not there yet, but I like it. If you're not long crude, let it pull back slightly to 39.96 with a stop loss of 38.08 and a target of about 45 to 48 bucks. At GC, little gold. Gold, you have a nice little tweezer trade here. You see how the yellow and the purple are getting really close to each other, acting like tweezers, and you're between both of those? Anytime you get that, you usually get an explosion. Now, I'm not sure which way the explosion is going to go. It looks like it's poised to go up, so we'd have to cheat and go with a smaller time frame. If the 10-minute can get above here, then it'll explode to the high side. So long above 1252. Or if it's above 3 points on the day, like it's about to get right here on gold, I would get long that. So on gold, I would do GCJ, and I would be long when it was going above 3 points on the day. You can also do a nice little gold rush trade right in here. It's only up a buck, but you could probably get away with going long at 1249.90, like it's right here. Let me do this. I don't need both those. I just need one. That a 3-point stop loss for the initial part of it. You could probably get away, even though it's only up a buck. It was only up a buck or so. If it'll explode up through there, you might be able to scalp it pretty quickly with that. Stop on an intraday trade would be 3 points, which would be $300 per contract. On an overnight trade, I'd probably risk $600 to make $2,000, $4,000, or $2,000, $4,000, $6,000, or $8,000. Yeah, that's how I would do it, according to the methodologies. But I like that little pop if it can get up here. Now, when you're doing a gold scalp trade, it's really important to know the personality of this thing. And what you want it to happen is you want it to go like this. You want it to go up, up, and then it'll go like this. It'll go boom, boom, pow. It's like the Black Eyed Peas. It'll go boom, boom, pow. Now, if it does this, like dun, 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 if it does this stuff, dun, dun, if it does like a slow dun, 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 and visits a lot, then it just pops up a few, and then it comes right back. So what you want is boom, boom, pow. And as soon as you get filled, your order is going to be really quick to close because it's going to be a quick scalpage trade. What time does overnight begin on gold? 6 p.m. It opens up 6. Same as bonds. Mm-hmm. All right, so here are a few trades that the HSIC Inner Circle came up with. MLNX. Looks pretty good. Okay, I like this one. It's long. It looks good. It probably goes to 65. So MLNX. Also, NHTC. It's almost a perfect setup here, right? 1 day above. Lagging line looks like it's in effect. So I like that trade right there. Long at 36. Stop at 31. Target probably in the area of about $45 to $47. And then at SB, which is number 11 sugar. This is a commodity. If you've never traded sugar, sugar's a nice market. Trending good, off to the races through overhead resistance, probably goes to about $18, $19. And then last but not least, a little coffee. If you've never traded coffee, trade it intraday. It has weird hours. Coffee will rip your head off and kick you. And then while you're laying down there, it'll kick you again and then spit on you and then kick you again. Coffee's a little crazy to trade. It's like crude oil on amphetamines. It's like crude oil on crack. So be careful. But when it's trending well, it acts really good. And it's been a while since coffee has been trending. See how much time it's spent below this line here? Look here. Look how much time it's spent below that. That's a long time right there. And now you've got a nice little explosion in coffee. It's definitely a rush. Coffee is. It's violent. It's really violent. So be careful. Where your stop be on gold? 3 points from entry. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a caffeine rush. Yes. Have you guys ever had Blood of the Earth coffee? It's like 10 times more concentrated than regular coffee. It's really good. You're only allowed to drink like, I think it's either 10 or I think they recommend you don't drink more than 50 milliliters of it. Yeah. It's strong, but it's good. Are you using a 10-tick stop loss on the note? Yes, correct. I believe so. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Yes, 10-tick stop on the note. 156. Correct. When do you go for a 3-point stop loss and a 6-point stop loss on GC now? Intraday 3-point, overnight 6-point. I'm just trying to scalp it, so I'll use 3 points. Mm-hmm. All right, hit me with your stops or your stocks and your symbols, and we will go through them. Okay, PII. Just make sure you do them in caps so I can read them. PII looks like a good long. Probably goes to 120. Looks good. Stop 95.27. MCD. MCD is trending okay. Probably goes to 130. VMware. That was a short a while back. Oh, it's about to go back to a long. So it's a watch list trade. Let it get above the cloud. It looks like a decent long, but it just needs to get above the cloud first. Good, nice eye, nice eye. I'm adding that one to my watch list. I like the old VMware. Yep. Okay. Starbucks having a coffee. Missed the recommendation for. Oh, it's MLNX. MLNX, and then NHTC, and then at SB is sugar, and then at CF is coffee. Visa, leave it alone. ADX is too low. SIG, good looking little long. Look how much the lagging line has to travel, though. So that means this is probably going to be a head fake. You see what I'm saying? It's 3 bars above. It's actually 4 bars above, which is a conservative setup. It's not trending perfectly, but you could do it. But this lagging line right here would scare the bejesus out of me, because this means that has a far way to travel before it really gets going. That one, it looks decent. It's just a weird look. FL, non-trending, ADX too low. OPK, good looking long. Stop of 986 and a target of 14. GLD is a long, but let gold go first before you mess with it. FDAX. FDAX. Hold on. At FDAX. Why is it not working right? Because I'm not typing it right. At FDAX. There you go, the DAX. DAX futures are non-trending. So they're non-trending, so I'd leave them alone. ADX is too low. LVS. Good looking long. Stop of 50.19, target 60. It's probably going to pull back just a little bit. Watch it. But it looks good, though. MBLY is a decent long with a stop of 31.52 and a target of 45. AAPL is almost a long. You had an aggressive trade today. One close above the cloud. Apple would be a long at 106.72. Stop 102.84. Target 115. CMG. CMG is in the cloud. I would leave it alone. Facebook is non-trending according to the ADX. I would leave that one alone. I've already did LVS, MA, MasterCard is non-trending. Leave that alone, even though it's above the cloud. It's got a little hook here on the thing. I've already did gold. TOLD? Or do you mean TOL? Toll Brothers is a non-trade. TOLD. That doesn't work for me. I don't know why. And then SLV. SLV looks like a decent long with a stop of 14.87 and a target north of 15.50. GDX. GDX, a good looking long with a stop of 19.15 and a target of 24. RGID. I must be doing something. RGLD. RGLD. I hate GoToWebinar's font. It's like a number 8 font and I can barely read it. Good long with a stop of 46.30. Target 60. WHR, you should take profits. It's about to roll back over and test the 168 area. I would be a buyer at 168. But if you're long, you should take some profits. AMZN is a short, and it's below the cloud, or it's in the cloud, and the ADX is non-trending, so either short or pass. MDT, pass, dead money. ADX is way too low. That thing has been a sideways piece of garbage since November. Sorry. TSLA, I was a little rough on that one. The Tesla is a good long with a stop. It's going to roll back over. I would wait for the pullback. I'd be a buyer at 222 on Tesla. GILD. Ooh, nice little add to the watch list. Above 95, it's a long. Above 95, it's a good long. AGI. Good long with a stop of 476, target $7. I already did Amazon. FNL. FNL, is that right? Yes, no. Starbucks, SBUX. Starbucks is dead money. ADX is too low. It's at 1136. That is too low. I have 10 contracts of Whirlpool. Would you recommend selling them all? No, I would sell 6 or 7 of them and hold 3 if you can. SJR. Good looking long with a stop of 1863 and a target of $20.50. NFLX. Netflix, ADX is too low and it's in the cloud. Pass. FEYE. Decent long. If it can stay above 1562, it's got a shot of maybe getting to 33. It's a big maybe though. Would you short WHR now? No, I would buy it on a pullback. I think it's going to pull back, but I don't think I would short it. KBH, the builder, right? Yeah, KBH. Good long. Stop of 1302, target. Only 1450, so the risk reward is kind of weird on that one. Where am I at? Oh, okay, Lulu. LULU. Non-trending, ADX is 1317, pass. FSLR. ADX is too low. It's trending higher, though. You see how you had the peak down here, the little trough? It's probably going to go a little higher. I would buy it here at 71.29. Maybe it goes to 80. Verizon. Good looking long with a stop of 51.72 and a target of about 60. TCS is a in the cloud pass. AEL is a better short than long because it's just barely touching the cloud, so I'd short it with a stop of probably $17 and a target of 12. RAS is add it to your watch list if it can clear the cloud decent long with a target of maybe, well, it's just not going to do this. Poor little penny stocks just don't have much shot at doing much. You might get to 361. CUDA. Decent long with a stop of 1335. That's the same. It looks like the same look. What are you doing in this stuff? I mean, it probably goes to 1658. GME. Non-trending, ADX too low, pass. UA, Under Armour. Decent long with a stop of 80.41, target $92. PCLN. Priceline looks like she's going to roll back over to 12.16. So let it. You see how it's flirting with this turning line. Let it drop and see if it'll drop down to 12.16. Yep. Okay. RH. A short with a stop of 45.28 and a target of 20. SRPT. In the cloud, I would have to pass. It looks like it might want to go to 30, but I'd have to pass. SPY is along with a stop of 201.31 and a target of 210. OPD, I got nothing on that one. LMT, non-trending, ADX too low, pass. British Pound and Bean Oil at British Pound is a short with a stop of 142.89 and a target of 138. Bean Oil at BO. Bean Oil is smoking to the high side. Good looking long. Probably goes all the way to 36 on Bean Oil. I've already done Lulu. Since you are in the 10-year short, you said you will kill the 30-year and cancel the order. Logic behind that. Because if it's already breaking down, the likelihood of it retracing 8 ticks is kind of low. Because it's sold off. That's the pick. UNP. Good looking along. Lagging line is not there, but the ADX is too low. So on this one, I'd have to pass on that one. I did PayPal, SLB, SLB, Schlumberger. ADX is too low. I would rather be in crude oil. DUG, little Doug. That is a massive, beautiful. What in the world is that? Ultra short. Oh, it's ultra short gas. Oh, it's short. It's the inverse of crude oil. It's a good short. Stop of 69. Target $50. FCX. Freeport McMoran is a smoking little long with a stop of 875 and a target of $14. BA. Boeing is a decent little long with a stop of 129 and a target of 145. BMY. BMY, no trade, ADX too low and also in the cloud. SPWH. SPWH. Look at it. It's breaking out. I would probably bend the rules on this one. It spent such a long time with the ADX below the turning line or the T line, and it's actually made quite a bit of retracement from 10 to 16, and this breakout's probably going to pull the ADX up eventually. I kind of like it. SPWH looks like it's probably going to go to 15. Yep. Where am I at? Dear Lord. I probably did Lulu. Nolan trending, NLON trending on what? On UA. Sherry Brody, what are you talking about? NLON. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Hit me again with something else. TGT. TGT, it's going to retrace. See how it's below the turning line? Probably goes to 76. Oh, not thrilled with the retail. I got you. Yeah. Yes. SPRT. I did that one. BMW. I did that. I'll BAC. BAC. Bank of America. ADX is 15 too low and in the cloud pass. ODP. Nice little breakaway long. I'm not a huge fan of anything below $7, but looks like it's probably going to go to 7. Boeing? Did I do Boeing? Yeah, I did Boeing. BMY. I thought I did Bristol Myers Squibb. ADX too low in the cloud pass. Xerox. Good long with a stop of 14.16. Probably goes to $18. DAL. Non-trending pass. DPZ, gappy in nature. I wouldn't buy it unless it went above 135 or pulled back to 122. No, Julie, you're going to have to give that dog some lessons. No, I'm sorry. British pound. British pound looks lower. Stop loss will be 142.89 with a target of initially 140. Yep. KHC is it just looks like trash. I'm not judging it. Yes, I am. I'm judging it. This right here is just hard to trade. That stuff's just nasty to trade. So for me, I would just leave that alone. And plus, look at it, it's trying to trend, but it can't really get out of its way because it's got this gap halfway back, and then I would just leave that alone. Yes, and unicorn and trade. That's funny. How about HSY? HSY, little Hershey's. Hershey's probably going to pull back to 88 before I would buy it. Right there, at the test of the cloud. I've already did Target. MYGN. MYGN is a short with a stop of 38.20 and a target of $34. PZZA. Please tell me that's a pizza stock. Yeah, Papa John's. Papa John's is tweezer trade. I would do a modified breakout trade. Here's why I would do this on this one. Above here, above 57.48 is a long. Below here is a short. Is how I would play that. I'd rather be long than short on Papa, though. TLT, leave it alone. ADX on the bond market is below the threshold line, and so is it here, too, so pass. MYGN. MYGN is a short with a stop of 38.20 and probably first target around 34. I know I've just done that because I just remember that one. MS, Morgan Stanley, in the cloud and non-trending, pass. LXK, it just, the ADX is taking a little bit of a nosedive, so on this one, it's a better long than short, just knowing that it's getting ready to go sideways. Stop would be 29.20, target would be 3,400 or $34. Sorry. JD, little John Deere action, non-trending in the cloud, pass. Delta, what is Delta's symbol? Sherry, is it DAL? Yeah, Delta. Non-trending, ADX too low, pass. EBAY. eBay in the cloud, I would pass. There's a lot of passing today. CCL, pass. Man, there he is. GDX. GDX looks like a good long with a stop of 19.15 and a target of 24. Yeah, Dow already did it, yeah. CCL, GDX, UGLY. UG, is that a stock symbol? UGLY? UGLY. No, someone is messing with me. Oh, Sherry. Philip Morris, Altera. It's non-trending. It's probably going to go below 60. Yeah. Oh, and I know some people was asking me in the earlier Technical Tuesday about the cannabis. I went to a mastermind last week in Cleveland. One of my buddies invested in a cannabis, medical marijuana cannabis thing. Cost him $3 million. Him and three or four partners put it together, and they're now doing. I think the license was $300,000 alone. Might have been $250,000 just to apply for the license. They got three. I think they got 2 dispensaries and 1 growth license, and then right now they're doing $300,000 a month in profit. So it's doing really well for him. And he's like, "Oh my God, if it goes legal or recreational, we'll make all kinds of money." But I mean, I know some of you guys are wanting to know about that business model. No, he's not smoking. He's a Mormon. He's one of the more religious guys that I know. No, he's not. He definitely. I was like, "Dude, are you smoking?" He's like, "Nope." CXRX is in the cloud and has been kind of in a range. It would have to be above 40 before I'd get interested. DE, did I not just do D? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Non-trending, pass. Dallas, I did. TCF, J&J, J&J, Johnson & Johnson. Non-trending, pass. MO, already did MO. LUV, I thought I already did that one. LUV, decent long. Stop of either 44 or 43.50. Or I'm sorry, 41.50. Target probably in the area of 48. No, I was saying one of the symbols you did. I know. I know, sure. I was just messing with you. 10 months payback on cannabis people. Yeah, 10 months. 10 months payback, yeah. It took them a little while to get it all approved and stuff. And then I think what they're going to do now is they're going to try this because it's a mastermind. So we were talking about all kinds of different businesses. That they're going to now teach other people how to do it in their states as it either does it for medical purposes and then also if it goes recreational legal. And then they want, I don't know how much ownership or equity they want of people businesses, but they were going to charge them a little bit because they were really good at opening them up. It's not the fun they have done before. My son would sure like to participate in the cannabis testing. A lot of teenagers would, right? I think he needs to test his product, yeah. There's a couple of other things that a couple people in the mastermind were doing that were interesting too. Yahoo, YHOO. Yahoo looks good. Stop would be 32.49, target would be 38. Does seeing so many pass-worthy tickers have you thinking anything in particular? Yeah, that the market's about to run out of gas and roll back over, is what it looks like. It's one of the best ways. Like you can start seeing a lot of the components and a lot of the individual pieces, and you go, I have the power shift on one toss account. Can I load it in a second toss account? Yep, Pat, you sure can. No problems at all. MDVN is an aggressive long with a stop of 36.36 and a target of 44. GWPH. It would have to take out 91 before I would touch it. You'd have to take out 90, actually 91, 92. But it doesn't look bad. ALK. Looking good. ALK looks really good. Alaskan Airlines looks good. Stop would be 75.60 and target would be $86. Yeah, that gap on GWPH. That's because they think they found GWPH. They think they found some little cannabinoid that treats, I think it was I don't know if it was all time. I forget what it was. Oh, I will tell you this. One guy that was at the mastermind worked for Merck Pharmaceutical, and he said they were going through like some kind of testing of a Alzheimer's drug that had really, I mean, it already cleared a bunch of different stages, and it looked like it was really promising. Now, you know how that stuff goes. It's like cancer drugs, right? But MRK, I have no idea what the pipeline looks like, and it's non-trending right now, but you might want to just keep that on your radar, because if they do get approved for it, it's a big company, it's got a big inventory, might be worthy. Oh, yeah, a study was successful for pediatric epilepsy, yeah. It makes sense. A lot of that stuff, like if you do like a ketogenic diet for epilepsy, it has a lot of fat, and then also if you smoke cannabis, it kind of expands your blood vessels, so that makes sense too. Yep. And I'm not a pothead. I don't do it. Not that there's anything wrong with it, just not my thing. XOP, it's trending okay. I would like for the lagging line to be above the cloud. Alzheimer's drug sent it to Washington. That's funny. XLI. Really, Pat? That's kind of weird. Ooh, this looks good. XLI looks good. S&P Select Industrial Spiders. It looks good. Stop would be, for me, would be 54, 55, and a target of 58. All right, any more before we call it an evening? VNTV. Good looking little trade. Stop of 50, 57, target 58. BABA. Good looking long. I like that one. That one looks fairly predictable. Stop of 72.15, target $85. SWHC looks good. Stop of 26.68 and a target of $36. A little bang bang on that stock. MKTO. Any comments on market volatility from European events? Nope. I mean, the market handled it pretty well, so I don't think it's a big deal. I think we're going to get more and more used to that stuff as ISIS attacks people around the world. Unless it's a big thing, I think the markets are going to absorb it. It's sick to say it, but I mean, I think we're just going to get used to the crazy-ass terrorists doing crazy-ass things more often is what I think is going to happen. MKTO in the cloud. Leave it alone till it either goes above or below it. Okay, DSW. Good long with a stop at 26.15, target about 30. And then SHPG. In the cloud, I'd wait for it to drop below 159 to short it, or let it wait to get above 180 to go long it. All right. That is it for me tonight. Good luck. Hope it helps. And I'll see you next week.